Have you ever looked deeply into your ginger kitten's eyes and wondered what on earth is going on inside that little furry head? If you spend any time on the internet, you are probably familiar with the running joke that all orange cats share a single brain cell. The popular meme suggests that this lone brain cell bounces around inside their skull like a retro DVD logo. And only when it perfectly hits the corner of the screen does the cat actually have a thought. It is a hilarious image, and admittedly, ginger cats do have a reputation for being delightfully goofy. But that stereotype could not be further from the truth. In reality, your ginger kitten is constantly talking to you. They are not mindless fluffballs. They are highly observant creatures, using a highly sophisticated, completely silent language to communicate their deepest feelings, their anxieties, and their affection. They are constantly broadcasting signals, but because we are human, we often completely miss the message. Recent advancements in feline behavioral science have started to decode this secret language, revealing an emotional depth that most pet owners never even realize is there. There are specific, deliberate messages your kitten is desperately trying to send you every single day. We are going to translate 10 of these secret messages right now. And I highly recommend you stick around for number 10. Because it is a gesture so profoundly intimate, it will completely change the way you look at your cat forever. Let us start with the subtle art of the acoustic greeting. You have likely experienced this. You walk into a room, or you accidentally wake your kitten from a nap. And instead of a standard meow, they make a tiny, rolling, almost bird-like chirp. This is known in feline behavioral circles as the trill. It is a short-ring sound that almost sounds like a question. Now, you might think they are just making a random noise because you startled them, but the science behind the trill is fascinating. This sound is actually an involuntary biological reflex. When a mother cat returns to her nest, she uses this exact frequency to announce her friendly presence to her blind, deaf newborns. When your ginger kitten directs a trill at you, it is a sign that your sudden appearance literally lights up their nervous system in the best way possible. They are not just acknowledging you. Their brain is firing off a happy, involuntary reflex that says your presence brings them immediate comfort. But what about when they open their mouth to speak to you and absolutely nothing comes out? You look down, your kitten is staring right. Their jaw drops in a perfect meow shape, but the room is completely silent. This is the phenomenon of the silent meow. It can feel a bit confusing, maybe even slightly concerning the first time you see it, as if their vocal cords are broken. The truth is much more interesting. It is not actually silent. Your kitten is producing a sound, but it is at a frequency so incredibly high that the human ear simply cannot register it. Evolutionarily, kittens reserve this ultra-high frequency plea exclusively for their mothers when they need urgent attention or care. When your ginger kitten uses the silent meow on you, they are accessing a deeply ingrained, primal part of their brain. They are looking at you and effectively treating you as their giant, albeit slightly clumsy, mother cat. It is a secret frequency of pure trust. Then, we reach a behavior that is so important. It is the very core of how cats build bridges with other species. The slow blink. You are sitting on the couch. Your ginger kitten is perched across the room and you catch their eye. Instead of looking away, they hold your gaze, slightly squint their eyes, and slowly, deliberately, close them before opening them again. It looks like they are just fighting off sleep, but this is perhaps the most powerful tool in the feline communication arsenal. Feline behaviorists often refer to this as the cat kiss. In the animal kingdom, a direct, unblinking stare is a threat. It is the universal language of a predator locking onto its prey. By intentionally breaking that stare and closing their eyes, your cat is performing a calculated evolutionary move. Scientific studies have shown that giving and receiving a slow blink actively lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone in both the cat's body and your own. It is a biological reset button. When your kitten blinks slowly at you, they are actively choosing to be completely defenseless in your presence. They are telling you that they know you are a giant predator, but they choose to trust you with their life anyway. As we dive deeper into their physical quirks, the messages become even more nuanced. Take, for example, a behavior that often makes cat owners laugh or feel a bit awkward, the elevator butt. You reach down to scratch your kitten along the spine, and immediately, their front half goes down, while the base of their tail shoots straight up into the air. While it looks ridiculous, presenting the base of the tail is considered a high-level diplomatic greeting in the feline world. Cats have concentrated scent glands located at the base of their tails. When cats who trust each other meet in the wild, they exchange scents in this exact area to catch up on where the other has been and what they have been doing. It is the feline equivalent of a firm handshake and asking how you're they was. By raising their tail and offering you access to this highly vulnerable, sensitive area, your ginger kitten is offering you the highest form of feline diplomacy. They are inviting you into their inner circle. Now, let us talk about the famous biscuit making, but with a very specific twist. We all know cats need blankets, pillows, and sometimes our stomachs. But pay close attention to what your ginger kitten does with their eyes while they are kneading you. If they are making biscuits while maintaining intense, locked eye contact with you, you are witnessing something incredibly special. Kneading is a behavior carried over from the very first days of life, used to stimulate milk flow from their mother. When an older kitten or adult cat does this, it is a psychological regression to the absolute safety of kittenhood. But the addition of the locked gaze elevates this behavior. They are not just self-soothing. They are actively projecting that feeling of ultimate safety onto you. That intense eye contact while their paws rhythmically push against you is their way of saying they view you as their surrogate parent. You are the physical embodiment of their safe space. Sometimes, their communication is about testing the waters. Have you ever had your kitten reach out and gently touch your face or your arm with a single paw but without a single claw extended? It is a soft, velvet tap. In human terms, it feels like they are just trying to get our attention. In feline terms, this gentle, clawless paw reaches a highly sophisticated way of testing boundaries without triggering a conflict. Cats are territorial and incredibly sensitive to personal space. By reaching out with retracted claws, they are asking a polite question. Are you receptive to me right now? Is it safe to enter your personal bubble? It is a macro negotiation of space. They are showing immense respect for your boundaries and asking for permission to bridge the physical gap between you. 2. And speaking of boundaries, there is one area where your cat seems to have absolutely none: the bathroom. The classic bathroom escort. You get up to use the toilet, and suddenly your ginger kitten is sprinting ahead of you, insisting on being in the room, perhaps sitting in your pants around your ankles, or staring intensely at the bathroom door. It is easy to joke that cats simply do not respect privacy, but the reality is rooted in raw, primal survival instincts. In the wild, animals are at their absolute most vulnerable when they are eliminating. It is the prime time for an ambush. When your kitten insists on escorting you to the bathroom, they are not invading your privacy. They are acting as your lookout. They are engaging a primal instinct to guard their most valued family member during a highly vulnerable moment. They are standing watch so you can let your guard down. It is an act of profound loyalty disguised as an annoyance. As we move toward the most profound secrets, we have to look at the moments when your cat seems entirely focused on something else. Picture your ginger kitten sitting on the windowsill, staring out at a bird or a squirrel. Suddenly, they start making a strange, stuttering, clicking sound. This is the frustrated window chirp. Usually, this is just an expression of predatory excitement and frustration because there is a pane of glass between them and their prey. But here is the secret message. Watch what happens if they turn their head and direct the chirping sound specifically at you. If your cat looks back at you and continues that clicking chatter, the context completely changes. They are no longer just frustrated. They are inviting you to a shared hunt. In the wild, cats in colonies will sometimes signal each other when prey is spotted. By directing that sound at you, your kitten is acknowledging you as their hunting partner. They are telling you, look at that, we should catch that together. It is a massive inclusion into their natural instincts. Then there is the psychological weight of how they choose to sleep around you. We all love it when a cat curls up in our lap. But what about when they sleep right next to you, but with their back entirely turned to you? To a human, someone turning their back on us feels dismissive, maybe even a little rude. But feline body language operates on a completely different geometry of trust. A cat's back is their blind spot. It is the area they cannot defend if they are suddenly attacked. If your ginger kitten deliberately positions themselves facing away from you before falling into a deep sleep, it is not a snub. It is the ultimate strategic compliment. They are positioning you as their rear guard. They are proving that they trust you implicitly to watch their back against unseen predators while they rest. You are their shield. Finally, we arrive at the ultimate secret, the 10th sign. The most profound message your ginger kitten can ever send you. Juari. Sitting quietly, and your cat approaches you. They do not meow. They do not paw at you. Instead, they lean in and firmly press their forehead against yours, or against your chin or cheek, and just hold it there. This is known as bunting, or the forehead press. While it feels like a sweet, affectionate nudge, the science behind it is absolutely fascinating and deeply moving. Cats have complex scent glands located on their foreheads, lips, and cheeks. These glands release pheromones, which are invisible chemical messages. When your cat presses their forehead against you, they are engaging in a process called pheromone mapping. They are literally overwriting their own scent profile with yours and depositing their unique chemical signature directly onto your skin. In the wild, feral cats in a colony will headbutt each other to create a single, unified communal scent. This communal scent tells every other animal in the area who belongs to the family and who is an outsider. When your ginger kitten gives you a forehead press, they are declaring to the world and to themselves that you belong to the same tribe. They are claiming you. It is not just a sign of affection. It is a biological marriage. It is the highest honor a feline can bestow upon a human, proving that in their mind, the two of you are one family unit. When you start to understand these silent signals from the biological reset of the slow, blink to the pheromone mapping of the forehead, press the goofy, single brain cell persona of the orange, cat completely melts away. It is replaced by the realization that you are living with a creature of immense emotional intelligence. They are constantly observing you, constantly calculating their environment, and constantly reaching out to tell you that they trust you, that they protect you, and that you are their entire world. The silent language is always there, waiting for you to listen. But here is the catch. While your ginger kitten is working incredibly hard to build this deep, trusting bond with you, humans often do things that completely unravel it. Without even realizing it, we have daily routines and subtle behaviors that send the exact opposite message back to our cats. We might think we are showing them love, but in feline translation, we are causing them immense anxiety. You might be doing things right now that are quietly damaging the relationship you have worked so hard to build. If you want to make sure you are not accidentally breaking your cat's heart, you need to know what these triggers are. So, pay close attention to the subtle everyday habits humans have that secretly stress their cats out.
One final, steady beat of a heart before silence.